Good evening, race fans. Coming to you with a Friday evening update from our championship weekend. A lot of results, and then we have a change in our schedule for tomorrow that I need to run through for everybody. We'll walk you through what happened today. It was an exciting day down here in New Jersey for the Vails Regatta. Both our Varsity 8 and our second Varsity 8 are down here racing this weekend, along with one of the 8s from the women's team, their freshman novice 8, who are racing in that category, which is exciting for them as well. So all 3 boats had time trials this morning. The girls 8 went off first. They came in second in their time trial, and they'll be racing in the final tomorrow. I believe there were only 5 boats in that event, so they did not have, semifinals. The race they did, the time trial they did this morning was just for lanes. The second varsity went off next. They were in 4th place in the time trial. They pulled a time of 6:02, which was 2 seconds behind St. Joe's and about 4 seconds ahead of LaSalle. They then raced, I'm going to pull up the results here so I don't give any false information. They had a race this afternoon, their semifinal. They raced against Drexel and LaSalle and Jacksonville and Western Ontario. They came in 3rd place in that race, which earned them a slot to go up to the grand final tomorrow. Kind of went into that race expecting both Drexel and LaSalle to be very strong, and they kind of got into a little bit of a duel with one another. LaSalle went out really hard. I think they had taken it easy in the time trial in the morning, just kind of cruising. And then, so they set out to beat Drexel. And then about halfway through the piece, Drexel decided that they didn't really like being beat by LaSalle. So they got into a huge battle with one another and kind of took off. Their time was 5:52. They both went 5:52, and they were separated by only 0.1 of a second at the finish, which Drexel just beat LaSalle in that. So a little bit of a grudge match at the front end of that race. And then Marist got about a length up over Jacksonville and Western Ontario, the other 2 crews in the race, and kind of held that margin through the race. So I think the boat felt like the morning piece was executed better, and in the afternoon they felt a little bit more wobbly. There was some more wind and the water was rougher. And they executed what they needed to do on the piece, but they felt like it technically could have been better, and so they're hoping or looking forward to another shot at tomorrow. So they will be racing tomorrow morning. The race times have all gotten moved around. So the new race time for them is at 9:08 a.m. tomorrow for the second varsity. They'll be racing against St. Joe's, Drexel, Temple, LaSalle, and University of Delaware. So really pumped to see how that boat can do. We thought they had a great day. They had been showing some really good speed in the lead up to this event, and they showed it today, and it was exciting and fun to watch them row. Sorry, I just lost my page here, so I gotta pull up my results again. Okay, so the Varsity 8 raced in their time trial. They placed 5th in the time trial. They were time of 5:52, and they were about 5 or 6 seconds behind St. Joe's, who was ahead of them, 5 seconds. And then behind them, there were 6 crews who were all within a second of their time. So very, very tight in the time trial. And we just happened to kind of come out on top by a hair over all of these different crews. Marietta, Western Ontario, Delaware, Colgate, Loyola. I'm going to tell you the rest. Jacksonville. They were all very close. So that set us up for the heats, or sorry, the semifinals this afternoon. The varsity raced against Temple, St. Joe's, Stetson, Delaware, and Colgate. And it was a fantastic race. Probably one of the closest, most well-matched 6 boats cross races that we've been a part of, certainly in a long time. But yeah, it was great racing end to end. Temple was clearly the fastest crew in the race by a good amount, and they took off early and kind of held an easy lead and just kind of kept everybody away. But behind them, the other 5 boats were extremely well matched. Marist had a great start. We're right in the mix. Took probably 2 or 3 seats on most of the other crews in the early going of that race. And then, like, right around the middle, or I would say the second 500, the other crews all made a big move, and Marist didn't. We were kind of hanging, and the other crews took like 3 or 4 seats on us, on Marist. And then Marist gradually fought back over the next 1,000 meters and kind of crawled back through some of the other crews and ended up placing 4th. They were about a second and a half behind Stetson, and had a great little duel with Colgate, who was right next to them. Colgate we raced last weekend, 2 weeks ago, but it looked like they had changed their lineup and they came out really swinging. And so that was a big attack from their crew. So it was great racing all around. So Marist places 4th in that event, and that sends us to the second final. The second final will be Marist, Colgate, Delaware, Jacksonville, Loyola, and Western Ontario. So that race, that final, will be tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. So the races all got shifted around as a result of predicted high winds tomorrow. So that's it. That's our update for the day. The varsity had a great day as well. We were very pumped about how they raced. I think that the race that they were in, the semifinal, they obviously would have liked to come out on top of the matchup with Stetson and make it to the final. That would have been awesome. I think that what we were excited about was just the amount of fight that they had, that we got into a great scrap with a bunch of other teams and stayed in the mix and didn't get frazzled and kind of took next steps as a crew to really show that we can hang in these different situations. And so that was exciting to see. And the guys in the boat, they will recall when we were on our winter trip in Florida. We did a quick little a workout with Stetson at the end of that trip, and Stetson just absolutely trounced us in that matchup. And so to be as close as we were today with them and really hanging and taking swings at them was a kind of cool result for them to see as well. So tomorrow we've got the men's second varsity 8 at Sorry, I'm looking at the schedule here. Second varsity 8 races at 9:08 a.m. Then the women's freshman 8 races at 10:20 a.m. and then the varsity 8 races at 12:30 p.m. and that'll be it for the day. So a little bit earlier schedule actually works out really great for us because we're trying to book it up to Worcester after racing. So that means our athletes are going to be well rested and ready for NIRC on Sunday morning. But right now, focused on tomorrow, delivering a great race in some tough conditions. Should be a strong tailwind on the course tomorrow, and we're looking forward to some great matchups. Thanks to the alumni and families who stopped by today, and we'll look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Have a great night. Go Red Foxes.